Wasn't a particularly great game, Kevin, but you put Big Dylan on and kind of changed the game for you a wee bit.
Aye, listen, we've needed to just win a game. You know, we've been through a wee stage, you know, and we just had to win a game. I don't think today, given the circumstances of both clubs, you know, we've been struggling of late and Berwick fighting for our lives. I don't think it was ever going to be a classic with quality, but I'll be honest, I don't think there was an awful lot in the game. I think both teams had a go, you know, in terms of, you know, what both teams tried to do, but I wouldn't say there was any or many clear-cut chances. You know, it was in the penalty itself, I didn't see anything easy and obvious from my angle. So, but when the whistle went, obviously delighted, and Big Dylan, you know, he's made a habit of, you know, putting the penalties away, but also having a good impact when he's came on. But aye, no, just delighted with the win. Delighted with the win.
Did you feel first half they missed two big chances, but second half as the game wore on?
Maybe I forgot them already.
They did miss two big chances first half, but as the game wore on, did you feel that, you know, you were the more likely team to score?
I felt the game opened up a wee bit. I thought, you know, our wide men get a wee bit more dangerous as that space opened up for them, but I just felt we lacked maybe a wee bit. Maybe it's because of the period we've been going through. We maybe lacked a wee bit of belief and conviction at times. In that final third, there was a couple of decent balls put in, maybe boys on their heels. Big Dylan went on it across, you know, Daz clips a wee ball over the keeper, and everybody's just sort of watching, waiting, and somebody, you know, you've got to be the one at some point. You've got to step up, say, right, I'll be the one, I'll grab the scruff of the neck. But that kind of looked a lot today, as I say, maybe a wee bit of lack of confidence. But hopefully today is a base for us to finish the season in a high. You know, I've said to the boys, if you finish the season, you can maybe say, what if we've a good run now? You know, what if had we started well? But if you don't finish well, you'll go away asking yourself questions if you're actually good enough, because you'll finish in the lower regions of this league. So I think for each player in there, they've got to now get the bit between their teeth and just represent themselves to the best of their ability. You know, forget everything else about them, but go and prove to yourself that you're good enough to play at this level, and hopefully for the younger laddies, kick on and play at a higher level. But delighted with the win. Harsh on Berwick. Not that they deserved to win, but I think it was a bit of a turgid game. I don't think there was any great quality.
Any update on Ross McGeechy and Danny Jardine, who obviously missed out today?
Ross he's got a rib injury, so it's like, you know, piece of string. Each individual could be back next week, could be 2-3 weeks. It's one of these that can linger on. Danny's took a bad head knock. He's totally fine. He's here today with his dad, but I'm not going to rush Danny back. You know, Danny's probably covered more ground than I have getting up and down the motorway to Stirling to Glasgow. So on a Saturday, do you know what I mean? He's one of the lads, and it's a well-earned rest for Danny, and I'm not going to be rushing him back. So it might not be music to the Stirling Albion supporters' ears, but I'm sure they'll see the longer road of that, the bigger picture of that one. So
Danny signed up for next season, Kevin. What about the rest of the squad? Then will you make decisions about who's staying, who's going? Or is it really about the last 6 weeks to see what they do? I've
got to give some of the players every opportunity, you know, but listen, there's ones we've identified, and, you know, we've started to sort of, you know, open preliminary conversations with them, but, you know, we're never in the rat race. You know, every club's circling, the Sharks are circling, and unfortunately for us now, you know, you speak to people and maybe their ears getting nibbled elsewhere, but that's the nature of the game we're in, and the nature of the league and standard we're at, you know, that there's not an awful lot financially between a lot of clubs in this league. We are right in there amongst the, you know, the main body of that group. So, but we've identified some, you know, and I think the others, you know, they've got 6 games to prove that they A, want to be here, and B, deserve to be here. Or vice versa, whatever way you want to put that.
What did you make of the performance overall today?
Lots of endeavour, lots of industry, a wee bit of lack of quality, but no lack of effort.
It's the same for both teams, that the pitch is not in great nick. How much is that a factor?
I think it's a factor for some of our players, the type of player they are. I don't think it's a factor in terms of 11v11. I think you can still manipulate the game to suit you. So, but it does play a wee bit of a factor. But, you know, well, no excuses for any lack of quality on their behalf. That was just a wee bit of execution and composure today.
Queen's Park next week. How do you see that one?
Hopefully, no. Like anything, the other 2 games have been against them. You know, we've managed to steal 2 points off Queen's Park. They've been absolutely brilliant against us. So I'll be looking for a big performance next weekend. We have to step up what we've shown today. Not because the opposition's better, just because you have to improve all the time. So that's the challenge to the players.